Okay, hey, I'm Dr. Roos. Wanted to make this welcome video for you. Mainly it's for my online class I'm teaching this summer, but you may be in my hybrid class and watching this, so I'll try to make it for both classes if you're watching it for them. Anyway, I do have this. I am teaching two sections of lab, one in DeLand and one in the main campus, summer B, and then I'm doing this course, micro course hybrid, as well as as online. So my class for hybrid is on Tuesdays and Thursdays in the DeLand campus, and at the main campus rather, not the DeLand. And so if you're my online and you want to pop in there, from 12 to 2, you're welcome to do that. So I just want to know it's okay with me if you do that. Now everybody is also enrolled in a lab, and you might be taking Valerie Nelson for lab at the main campus if you're online. Right, she teaches two sections. There's a 8 a.m. lab on Monday, Wednesday. And then there's a 2 p.m. lab on Monday and Wednesday as well. And I teach it Tuesday, Thursday at 2 after the class. So, and then I also teach it in DeLand at 2 in DeLand on Mondays and Wednesdays. So I just want you to know all that in case you can't make one lab, you're able to come to another one or something like that. The labs, I'm not sure how long Valerie Nelson labs will last, but for mine, I would imagine by an hour and a half to 2 hours we'll be done. You do need to be there for when we do the unknown labs. To get 30 points for the unknown labs, be sure you're there. That's 3 labs. If you don't make it to one of those labs, then that's 30 points you might not earn. And then the lab practical will be given I think it's the 10th and the 11th of August, and you need to show up and be in lab and to take the practical on those 2 days, okay? And I'd expect you to take them on the day they're given as well, or else you could get a deduction for taking it, if you delay a day or something like that. I don't mind you take it a little bit early if you had to, but if you don't show up on be Wednesday and Thursday. So if you have a lab on Wednesday, be sure you go to the practical on that day. I've got my office hours here right on Monday. I'll be in DeLand. I won't be at the main campus on that day. And then I have the lab at 2 on Monday, and then I'm there on Wednesday. So if you wanted to reach me during my office hours while I'm in DeLand, you have to use the phone number for the DeLand. And then I'll be in my office on Tuesday and Thursday from 10 to 12. On Tuesday, and from 11 to 12 and on Thursday, and then you could reach me using this number on those days. So I want to make sure. And then I've added this number here to be sure. If you have any issues with computer uploading, downloading, don't be afraid to contact them. I can't help you with IT issues. Okay? If you have, this is an online course. You've got to have good internet connections, right? So. If your browser is too old and not compatible, you could have problems. So contact that number and make sure if you're having difficulty that it's not an issue with the type of computer you're using. Okay, so what I want to do is to kind of go over what to expect for the first week. This video. This was the video I made for the spring class that's shown here for a start here. But start here, the very first day, you'll be watching this video at this point. But that's what this video will be covering: an overview, the syllabus, and what to expect. And then each week, there'll be an announcement, like say for week 1, and then directions on what you should do for that week, right? There's 6 weeks. And you ought to be, I think I opened up the last, the quizzes and the last exam and the last assignment that need to be completed before the end of the semester, I think they'll be open July 30th. So technically, July 31st, if you get all that done, you'll be finished. So you could get that done before the last day is August 15th. I want everything done by the 13th, right, which is a Sunday. All of your exactly exam 1 and everything you need to complete before exam 1, the July 23rd, it will be due on Sunday. So the first exam is due that Sunday. The following Sunday, exam 2 will be due. The Sunday after that, exam 3, and then the last exam that you take, there's 4 altogether, that'll be due on August 30th. August 13th, rather. All right, and there'll be announcements about this and everything you need to do, right? Like, say, for instance, here where it says to watch section 2 video, right? So there's a video covering all the PowerPoints that I make. So you could watch that video while you have the PowerPoint open, and that'll be sort of like, how I'm teaching this online. Now I want you to take this syllabus quiz before I have to do attendance verification. I'm not sure exactly what that date is. When I find out, I'll make that clear that you need to have that done. If you don't complete this quiz, then I say that you have not attended my class, and then you get dropped. It's that's what attendance verification is. So I'm using this syllabus quiz. All the questions on there are true, right? There's 5 questions. They're all true. And then I'm also going to use it as assignment number 1. There's 6 assignments altogether, and 2 through 6 you'll have to watch a video. But for assignment 1, I'm just going to use the 15 points that you earn for each assignment. For this one, as long as you complete the syllabus quiz, I'll give you those 15 points. So I'm going to go through the assignments in a minute and what they are. But I kind of just want to, there'll be announcements to follow. Let's go to the assignments while I'm thinking of it. See, there's no assignment 1 listed here, right? But assignment 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then there's what's called a flyer assignment, which is the written assignment for the course. And I don't use OneDrive, the cloud. Okay, so I know when I say save a file, if I go to, like, say here's a file here and I hit save, let's just hit save as, then the first thing it gives me is this OneDrive option up here. It says Mark Roos's OneDrive at Daytona State. I don't use that. Especially on my home computer. I can use it at my work state, but I don't want to use it at home. So be sure you change it to this PC to save any assignment file, right, that has the questions. Put it on your computer first. Make the changes, save it on your computer, and then when you upload it to the folder for assignment 2, then these are all the people, right? Basically what you'll see when you see these is it'll be those directions. You'll download this assignment and save it to your computer, put your answers there. Be sure you save it before you upload it, or else I get blanks. All I see is your questions. Like, that happens occasionally. And then there's a video that you need to watch for each of these assignments, right? There isn't much to it. And I've written the questions so that as you're watching the video, look for they'll spout out the answer at some point, and just jot that down. They're not really hard. That's that. And then I'll give you feedback. I'll grade them. And what I like to do is they might have changed this, but before we could make an audio feedback recording, and instead of a written one. I'd rather kind of just give you an audio. So I may do that a few times. So if I say there's audio feedback, you need to download the file, I think, and then play it on your computer. And it'll be about 1 minute. It won't be long. It'll just be, I might be going over how you're doing in class, or if you missed assignments, or how you did on this assignment and what you missed on it. So, that's what the audio file feedback is, right? So that want you to be clear what that is. Let's see, so we want to discard. So that's the assignments. And then if we go to the quiz section, I've already uploaded these. The syllabus quiz will be open July 5th at 1 a.m., right? That's the day the class starts. So you can take that, get that out of the way. Then that's the way I verify your attendance. It counts as assignment 1. Don't worry about the grade, right? It's not, they're all true, so it's not like, you get to 15 points just for completing it. And then you get 10 minutes for each one of these quizzes. They're worth 10 points, and then exam 1 will open up on July 11th, right? And everything on the 23rd is a Sunday. All these 4 quizzes are due, and exam 1. And if we go down to, there's only 2 quizzes. There's a section 8, but there's no quiz for section 8. There's 2 quizzes, and then you take exam 2. That's due July 30th. On July 23rd, the next 4 quizzes, right, will be due on August the 6th, as well as exam 3. And then I'll open up section 13, 14, and 15. Those are the last 3 sections. There's quizzes for each one of them. They'll be open on July 30th. They're not due until August the 13th, as well as exam 4. Don't forget the assignments. So the assignments are they're due on Sundays as well, right? So like the first assignment, I made them available until the end of the semester, but they're due. The first one's due, assignment 2 is due 23rd, the same as exam 1, and then assignment 3 is due for exam 2 on the 30th of July, and then 4 and 5 you have to do those 2 assignments before exam 3, which is due August the 6th, and then the last exam is due on August the 13th. Everything's going to be due on August the 13th. If you turn in these assignments late, I might deduct points. I might not. Depends on probably how late they are. So if you forget to do them, you still turn them in, please. So the way the grades work, we've got 15 points for the 6 assignments. There's 10 points for all these section quizzes. And then there's 4 exams that are worth 100 points. And then the flyer is worth 40. That's the other thing, but be sure you save it as a docx file for your flyer, right? That's part of the directions for it. Might as well. Let's see if we go to content and the flyer assignment. And I might need to change the date on this. I don't know. Sometimes Right. Complete in a Word application that gives you the word count, right? If you want the points, and when I open it up, I need to see how many words is in it, right? If you put it as a JPEG or an image or something, I don't get a word count, and I'll have an issue. I just won't grade it. You get 0 points until you submit it with a word count. All right, don't wrap text around figures. You don't have to do that. Don't make it look too, pretty. It's okay. At least 220 words, right? If you don't have that many, you get a, all right, 30 points are for answering these types of questions. The questions are there just to help you give me whatever, if you're having trouble finding information that you need to put in the flyer, then you could answer these questions, right? That's part of it. I don't go through each question and make sure you answered it, but it ought to have information about whatever you pick. You can pick a bacteria or a disease, and there's a list of topics that you can pick from. So as long as you follow these, right? I got August 1st. I'm not sure. I might change that date. What do I have for that? I'll look. Don't worry. You need to submit 2 Word files, right? 2 separate files. They both get assessed by Turnitin, and you're going to get a high count for your references. So I want to eliminate that. So I just ignore whatever Turnitin says they have. But if you include it as all one file, then you get a higher count. right? Because that's what hit. It's just basically a Google search. But anyway, just follow the directions to get the points. Misspelling or not correctly written scientific terms. Well, if I need genus and species. If you have a bacteria, then the genus should be italicized and the species should be italicized, right? And we kind of go through that kind of in the lab somewhat too. Okay, so I didn't really want it to be this long. This is the syllabus for the class. This is the online syllabus. I'll make one separate for the hybrid course, but it has my name. This is where I'll be in the main campus. This is where I am in the DeLand campus. The phone numbers are there. My office hours again. And and this gets into the 4 online exams. And right, you can earn a total of, it's 666 points in the class. You can earn 340 points in the lab. So they get added together. I even, if you go to grades, there's even a grade item in the class website, or in the grade book for class. There's total lab points, 340, right? So once you're done with the practical and you have all your lab points, I post them here. And that'll even show you, your percent for lab when I do that. So, and then there's even an item here that I have to enter myself, is what your total points are for lab and lecture. So, I'll make a video about that too. I'll be making a few more videos throughout the semester, and I'll talk more about that at that point. So that's the breakdown. So if it's 1,000 total points, and that's not included if there's any bonus points that you can earn. So there might be some opportunities for that. So if you have 900 points, you can earn an A. You have 800 points, you get a B. And that's why those total points are kind of nice to, know where you stand at the end of the semester. And then I broke down the, this is the schedule. So week 1 is basically, it starts on July 5th. Oh yeah, don't forget there's no labs July 5th or July 6th. Okay, so you'll see a lot of announcements about that. The first announcement I'll give you in class will be about there being no lab the first week. They're generally not, no labs first week. Labs will begin. If you have lab on Monday, it'll be July 10th. If you have lab on Tuesday, it'll be July 11th. Okay, so, and then this is the schedule for the class, and these dates are Sundays. And the practical will be on the 9th and the 10th of July. Okay, so that'll be the Wednesday and Thursday before the 13th, which is a Sunday. Okay, be sure you take that practical. Right? The other thing I'll do next to your total points is I'll put a letter grade. Once you've completed everything and taken the practical and all your lab points, then I'll put a letter grade next to your total points. So anyway, I just wanted to kind of, hopefully you've been you have the content section on the lab on the website, right? The assignment folder is where all the assignments are found. There's no discussions. I don't know. I might ask you to fill this. I don't know. I haven't used that, so don't worry too much about that. Then all the quizzes are listed here. Then I've got this is my lab I'm teaching. I'll be making these for Valerie Nelson too. I'll, put, in lab you've got to complete. So this isn't online, so I don't really need to talk too much about that. But there's what are called P&P assignments. These are like homework assignments that you do. They're worth 5 points for each one. There's 2 P&Ps in this. Unfortunately, I put it in the quiz section, but they're not quizzes. So And then this is, I do have a YouTube channel. And so I've got, you know, like video, I've got actually a couple playlists I got for each of the courses I teach. Oh, I didn't know I had my like videos there. But microbiology, survey, biology 2, biology 1. So if you want, you know, but I've got them all linked. A lot of these videos I've made for the lectures are, you have to have, they're what do you call it? They're non-listed, right? So you're not going to see them unless you have the link, which I'll have on in the announcement. But I made one about chemical bonds. I might even add this to this class. So anyway, I think that about does it. Thanks for taking my class. Oh, I just wanted to quickly add to this video, I forgot to mention it, that there's an online text right here. So there's, you don't have to buy a textbook, right? There's an OpenStax microbiology text. You click on this link, it's free. So I just wanted to add that to this video.